Welcome to the show, welcome to the show. Here to give you knowledge that you didn't know. Put you on some game, now you got a buzz. You are now listening to Cannabruhz.
But I need to hit record, huh?
All right. We record on everything, all right? We record on everything.
Yes, sir.
So, you know what? We having this conversation, but I'm gonna go ahead and get all the formalities and stuff out the way. So, boom. First things first, we got to give all credit to the Most High for blessing us to see another day and waking us up to smell the flowers that He created for us to enjoy. Oh, second thing, smash that subscribe button and drop a comment below, which will allow us to continue bringing you more tips, game, life experience, and impactful guests. Thank you in advance. We love you all.
Yes, we do.
Yep. And one more. Let's not forget to spread the word on social media, snap a screenshot, tag us, and let the world know where the real conversations are going down. We're taking this to the next level, but we need your continued support to make it happen. Corey, what's going on, bro?
Man, we trying to be the Cannabis Shannon Sharp in this. We about to be Cannabis Shay. No,
Yo, straight up.
No. Man, look.
We got a little sliver.
Hey, man, though I enjoy his podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not a big gossiper, man.
Yeah.
It's like and I saw some posts that said that Club Shay Shay became the new Wendy Williams show.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
no, he's doing I get the idea of him like stepping into a different arena, meaning that no matter how much first take he does, if they move him from Mondays all the way to every day of the week or whatever, it doesn't matter because that show will never be what this show is about. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the thing. That's what it gives them the ability to do.
This is my thing, because
you just don't like that lane.
The word of the day right now is safe space, right?
Safe space.
So
y'all will understand that later.
So for people are hopping on because they feel like it's a safe space. You know, hey man, look, I can just be me. I can have the conversation, talk about what I want to talk about, right? But what they're choosing to talk about is they're using his platform to call out people for whatever reason, right? And so they're calling out all these people, which is black people calling out other black people.
Come on.
Though I understand that may be, the people that you work with predominantly, I know you've been wronged by some non-black people that you aren't calling out. And so it's kind of like, it's putting that asterisk next to some of our celebrities that we grew up on, right? Some of the celebrities that we looked up to, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I didn't know that about this person.
So now you look at them different.
Yeah, you look at them different, and and that's what his platform is becoming.
Oh, okay. I'm tripping. Cause you know what I was thinking about this whole time? Nightcap.
Yeah, no.
That's how many shows Shannon Sharp got right now. You got Nightcap, then you got Club Shay Shay.
It's the biggest show of all of them.
Depends. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's hot right now. I think it depends on the week because it could be like, I know that was the biggest one, right? But he was getting a lot of buzz off of Nightcap because him and Ocho Cinco is like this perfect little. Yeah. That was a really good pairing. But yeah, man. No, you're right. You're right about Club Shay Shay though.
On Nightcap, they talk about a variety of topics, right? So Club Shay Shay is more of interview style with the guests.
Right.
But the guests that are coming on and what you get a little bit about some of their stories, but then a lot of times they're just calling people out now. Like since Cat Williams.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, that's what you paying attention to.
Well, no, I'm
because 21 Savage interview wasn't like that, and that came out after Cat Williams.
And Monique.
Oh no, Monique.
It's to my point.
Yeah,
Monique,
but 21 Savage.
Even Country Wayne's interview,
right? But
he was calling out Faison Love.
No, you're right. But
it.
21, not all of them are like that. Now I don't know what's going on in the community, the comedy community. The comedy community,
they're tearing it down.
Right, but that's what happens because it has nothing to do with 21 Savage. He's like, I'm in rap.
Right.
I'm in hip hop.
I guarantee you, I haven't looked at any of those numbers, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you 21 Savage
of course.
One of the lower views.
Oh, well,
in comparison.
I ain't about to argue with you about that.
Yes.
No,
but that's what I'm saying. It's what's getting the attention, and I'm not saying...
You're talking about what's getting the attention, not what they're intending the show to be. Which one are you talking about?
what's getting so
because you know what I'm saying.
I know Shannon Sharp isn't intending his show to be that way,
Right?
But what he's creating, you can't. When you lose control, like you lose control,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
You being the captain of the ship,
Yep.
you can choose to steer away from those conversations.
No, you could.
But you're like, no, tell me more.
No, you're right.
Why this?
And, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, because he is choosing to do that, right? And I don't know if that's like a conversation that he's having with his team. Like,
Yeah.
like before you start recording,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going this direction. Because he does, and you can tell it's off the top. Like, it's not the things that he probably has on those cue cards. Because if you having cue cards on Club Shay Shay, right?
Yeah.
That it's not necessarily that. He'll just be sitting there, and they say something, he'll respond. And I'm just going, if you're the producer, Carter, you ain't no mic today. But if you're the producer of that show, let's say we have a platform right now that we're talking on. You're the producer of that show, though, and everything that we talked about in the table notes, the show notes, and all that stuff, we're just like, screw it. We about to go feed into this controversy that this guest is.
Hey, I love it. I love controversy. It's good for PR.
Yeah.
And look,
No, you're right.
This is how you fix that, though.
How do you fix
This
it?
is how you fix that. I got the whole solution for it. Right?
Okay.
Because see, Shannon Sharp has this whiskey, right?
Oh, yeah,
That he's sitting
yeah.
right in front of everybody.
Yeah,
right?
he allow everybody take a drink with me.
And him, along with many of the people on there, have been drinking.
Yep.
Right, and that's really bringing it out. Like it's like they
get comfortable. You
Right.
know how it is, yeah.
with the exception, I believe, did Cat Williams drink it? He did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Country.
Yeah, he
Wayne's
said that
the
he
only-
was already drunk
Yeah.
by the time they started.
Yeah. I think Country Wayne's the one that did. But now let's say a brand got with Shannon Sharp, because Shannon Sharp didn't actually make that liquor.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Right?
yeah, of course.
So now let's say a brand got with Shannon Sharp that was cannabis infused. And so now, instead of it being whiskey, because a lot of people act outside themselves
Right.
when they drink. And a lot of times they're much more vicious when they drink, right?
Bro, before you go into that, we just ended the Cannabruhz. Let's go.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the show. Here to give you knowledge that you didn't know. Put you on some game, now you got a buzz. You are now listening to Cannabruhz.
Yeah, man. No, now you officially ended the Cannabruhz now.
sir. Yes,
That's when
sir.
that conversation that you having, chilling, kicking it with your partner becomes about the Cannabruhz. Yeah, no, but continue. We were talking about.
Yeah, man. Look, get them some solid, whether it be Cannalean,
Yeah.
or whether it be like some solid type of cannabis syrup, or beverage,
seltzer, soda.
Let them, something that our people would like, though. It got to have that solid flavor and boldness and flavor. Yeah, I said flavor, but I'm gonna say flavor again because we about that flavor, right?
Flavor
Well timed.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh man, but you get them that, and they're drinking that. Now they're more chill. Now they're more like let's be more open.
Yeah.
Let's have more of a freeing conversation. In
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Versus the word that comes to mind is vitriol. Big word.
Oh,
Google it.
boom. Hey, you want to pay some of these bills? Try to get these bills paid?
Let's pay some bills.
All right, get into the ad.
I can't look at the ad and record at the same time.
It's okay, go ahead.
We're about to take a quick breather, but don't go anywhere because we got something special coming up, and we never disappoint.
That's right, Corey. But first, stay tuned for a word from our incredible sponsor, Harvest AF Financial Consulting, where they say we're with you from seed to success. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's in store for the rest of this episode.
Ever wondered why Despite careful financial planning, your tax bills seem higher than they should be. The key lies in strategic tax planning, an often overlooked aspect of financial management that can significantly reduce your tax liabilities. Many believe that their tax professionals are actively working to minimize their tax payments all year round. Unfortunately, the reality often centers around compliance, not savings. This changes now with our groundbreaking Seed to Success method. Did you know many taxpayers overpay due to incomplete or incorrect tax filings? Imagine discovering that you could have saved significantly by adjusting just a few entries on your tax returns. Every client, whether new or long-standing, deserves smart tax decisions. With Seed to Success, you'll explore options and make informed choices, potentially reducing your tax liabilities. Ready to elevate your tax planning? Join us now and unlock your financial potential.
Big shout out to our amazing sponsor for keeping the vibes right and money in business owners' pockets. Now let's jump back into the convo with this week's edition of
Word on the Street. All right, so check this out. I'm glad I had to go ahead and segue into this part because the second story of our Word on the Street involves someone, like you said, that said they had a lot of, they were influenced.
Okay.
By cannabis, like we talk about the influence of alcohol. Yep. And this one is actually pretty crazy. So I want to get into story 2 before we get into story 1. So was the woman who stabbed her boyfriend 100 times and was blaming weed part of a new PsyOps program? Oh.
What did he say?
Oh, so we talking like reefer madness,
yeah,
political ads to divert individuals from consuming cannabis.
One of them. Was it one of those? No, so this is so crazy. I actually got this this story from, what's the name of it? Oh, it was actually on cannabis.net. There was a person that was posted by Reginald Reefer. I don't know if that's a real name or if he's just the coolest dude. Now anybody in the community would not make Reggie their first name.
Reggie Reefer.
Reggie Reefer. So I'm like, did you really want us to notice that name? Like, my boy.
Reggie. That's hilarious.
So you intentionally named yourself Trash. Like, he's a wild boy. Maybe, I don't know if that's, shout out to Reggie if that's your real name, but I got a feeling that's a stage name. But anyways, he was on this ganja theory, basically a conspiracy theory of, is this whole Bryn Spetcher killing a psyop? Y'all familiar with the Bryn Spetcher story or whatever? No. So basically, Bryn Spetcher was the woman that brutally murdered her boyfriend after alleging consuming cannabis, claiming it induced a psychotic state. Despite the severity of the crime, she was just recently sentenced. She received a lenient sentence. How lenient do y'all think it was?
She said she murdered her, so it's first degree murder. Let's talk about that.
Straight up.
First degree murder.
Break it down.
And she got a lenient sentence, so she's not dead.
So they didn't kill her after she stabbed somebody 100 times.
She's not dead.
Right.
So she must not have gotten life if it was a lenient sentence.
There you go.
She wasn't sentenced to death. So I'm going to say she got 20 years. And if she served like 10, she got probation.
Ooh, well, look, we ain't about to ruin it. Carter, go ahead and roll that clip. Blah. All right. So as you see, the news is she got probation.
What did he say?
Wait. She got 100% probation?
How many years?
Doesn't matter because she's a white woman.
White women.
He's a white woman in America, everybody. Surprise, surprise. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, she ends up getting probation.
Is it deferred?
I don't know. We gotta keep reading. But
regardless,
that's not
that was first degree.
So they actually said second degree at the moment they arrested her. Off bat, boom, she's white. That's off bat. It's already first degree down to second degree.
Well,
like, there's no way.
You see,
she
That's a
is.
shade test.
so we saw the name Bren and automatically assumed it was going to be first degree.
Bren.
But then we
With a
saw
Y.
Bren, and this is not a first degree murder. This is clearly second degree at most.
No, real talk. So that's the thing. She ends up getting first of all, she got arrested for second degree murder and then plus some other charges, weapon stuff. But here's the thing about this. So off back, before we get into the whole is she part of the PsyOps program and conspiracy stuff, I just wanted to kind of talk about the case a little bit because I mean, I started going down videos, bro, because I was literally interested. Like, how did we get here? You know what I mean? Like, how did we get to not America? We know how America and that racism and stuff. We know how that got here. But I mean, how do we get to the idea that it could potentially be part of some kind of PsyOps program? And really, like we talk about, you got to cover the historical context. Right, the historical context says, what this article that we're gonna get into is actually drawing comparisons to is the efforts done by Reefer Madness. You just said it, you called it. So that's historical propaganda tactics, particularly those used by Reefer Madness era to demonize cannabis through sensationalizing these narratives and fear mongering. So that we know that's how that all happens. For people that tune into our show, you're probably pro canna. Maybe you're not. If you're not aware of what Reefer Madness was, it was a whole, and I know we all are too young for it, so you would have had to go back and get some kind of understanding for the most part. Our typical listeners, at least. But yeah, so it was a whole thing. I mean, from, commercials, actual like cinema, it was like a whole push. It was political. It was real propaganda because it was when it started entering pop culture at the time, when it starts entering like the news cycle, this is before the internet and everything. So you got to really think about what headline on newspapers. Yeah. And stuff like that. That's huge. That's just like, hey, that thing landed on Baller Alert Shade Room, on E! Hollywood.
Whole campaign.
TMZ.
Whole Say No to Drugs.
All that. It was big.
The beginning of, the war on drugs.
They made sure that they were planting that seed in every single one of our grandmothers, grandfathers. That's just what it was. And it was across racial lines. It was just everywhere. Reefer Madness. This is the stuff that's going crazy. So really the people that were at the grassroots movement of the cannabis cannabis push, they're the people that had to fight this at its height, right? And now as more time goes on and people get a little bit more curious when it comes to just, hey, man, I just want to see if things are real myself. Everybody's questioning religion. We're questioning our upbringings. We're questioning a lot of stuff, utilizing therapy and all kind of stuff like that. Now, I mean, that's pretty much where we are. I'm really trying to think about it a little bit differently, but Reefer Madness played a big part and it's been passed down to generation. And it might play a role in this lady.
So, for
probation.
devil's advocate, right?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
For the devil's lettuce.
Oh!
Because I know they're whether it's being, what's the word? Not infused, but it's being, when it's being mixed with other drugs. What's that called again? I can't think of the word.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's been laced.
Laced. Thank you. So let's say it was laced. One, I'm curious if it was laced or not with something else.
Right.
But two, I mean, not all strains, and I think we got to be transparent about that, right? some strains may give you some, some people think they see bunny rabbits and shit. Some people may see like all strains, all weed isn't good weed, right? But that's where that education comes in. That's where reputable sources come in. That's where, like, just like all foods are good food, right? They have their side effects that can have a negative impact on you, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So I'm curious, and what she was taking, and how that played into her quote unquote psychosis or not.
Yeah, man. The videos that I was watching about this, so apparently like everybody's questions, she's saying, I smoked this weed that the guy who she murdered gave her, right? And when that happened, I guess she started having these thoughts and she started hearing voices. These voices were telling her that he's trying to kill you, right? And the only way for you to survive, you got to kill him first. Carter's over here right now laughing.
That's bath salts. That's what it is.
Come on, bro. It wasn't weed, bro. Like, and it's not that. And I watched multiple videos. All the videos. I mean, even people who have decades in the news media game. You're like, well, I don't know if I've ever heard a story.
Right.
Like everybody's like.
Right.
I can tell you right now. Look, I'm high right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You've never been safer. You can punch me in the face right now, Corey. You can get mad at me right now. We argue, we debating. It turns into an argument. You punch me in the face. Whatever happens physically is what happened physically, right? But I ain't about to stab you 100 times, man. Wait a minute. We ain't never heard no story like this.
I'm curious about her mental history prior to smoking.
They said no, there was no mental history. But let's be real, y'all. It was nothing diagnosed.
Yeah. Because to stab, I have a bunch of questions, even from the boyfriend's perspective. I wonder what her boyfriend was doing.
Because that first stab.
Yeah,
we could be high together, right? Like this is the point where I may not want to harm you, but if we're high together, we just sitting there, and you stab me. All right, first one, I may be a little slow to react.
Yeah, right.
The first one, bop. Something itching, bop bop. Now I'm like after about 3. And again, y'all, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. Hey, don't y'all cancel the Cannabruhz. Look, to his family or whatever out there, we don't mean his murder. But I'm just saying, like, if you were stabbing me 3 times, okay, all respect, respect to the dead. But if you stab me 3 times, I think at that point something's gonna kick in. Because remember, I also don't have any fear. Y'all remember that part. You're gonna be stabbed up too. You're gonna get shot, strangled. I'm not really sure, but it's probably gonna get violent, and I'll still be calm enough to go sit with your blood in my hands. On the curb like this, waiting for the cops to get there. Like, I don't know. Hey, man, I'll tell y'all the story, but go ahead. She's a white woman. I'm just going to lock me up. like I already know I'm going to jail. Come on. I'll tell y'all a story later. Let's get down.
and for those listening, that was a Dave Chappelle.
I wish we would. I wish we would have to break down a Dave Chappelle bit.
You know, in today's generation,
what
we found funny.
Listen, today's generation. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Let me tell you something,
boy.
About today's.
Yeah, but no, we ain't know. Be apologizing.
Yeah, I'm curious just how that played out. What did he say something crazy? What if he said something crazy and then
It's just a domino event.
right. He said something crazy and then she's like, did he mean that? What if he?
Yeah, what would you do? What would you do if and he'd be like, I'll kill you.
Did he mean that?
And before, man, it's crazy. I'm sorry, but yeah. Let me get back into this this story though, because this actual article was really diving into the conspiracy side of this, right? Yeah. So for the people that don't understand what a PsyOps is, this is actually, I got it from Military Understanding. Corey, you know what a PsyOps is?
Psychological operations.
Basically, break it down for the people, man.
Put me on the spot.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, it's classified information.
So.
It's mind games, right? They force you to think a certain way, and whether it be, we've all seen the movies where you sit down in the chair and they have the headphones, and they got the screen full of like all these images, and it's just flash,
right?
And then it's forcing you to think a certain way.
Yeah,
it's brainwashing.
It's brainwashing. That's the easiest way to put it. So thank you, sir. I think we got a resident expert. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I've been brainwashed a few times. No.
Yeah, a couple times. We're brainwashing you right now. Subscribe. Go. Tell your friend. Send a link. Yep. Subscribe. You've been brainwashed. It was that easy. So yeah, their operations aimed at influencing public perception and behavior to align with specific objectives, often using selected information and narrative to manipulate emotions and reasoning. Or what Corey said, brainwashing. But yeah, so we all understand historical context. The manipulation of perception part. So this article, by the way, got to go ahead and shout them out real quick. Again, that's on cannabis.net by Reggie Reefer.
That's because somebody bought cannabis.com and is selling it for a high amount of money to get that domain.
And what they say, yeah, we'll roll that .net.
You know what? Yeah, we go .net this thing.
We gonna .net that thing. So what?
That's for my business-minded folks. Y'all know what it is.
Come on. Yeah, y'all not had to have your perfect name held at ransom.
Hey, harvestaf.com
would have been nice, right?
Would have been nice.
Would have been nice.
But they said, no, you got a broker for that thing. You got to pay a lot of money. So we're going to get that harvestaf.net. Y'all know what the lyrics are.
Hey, y'all know they turn on. Drop some comments right now. Drop some comments below if you watch this on YouTube.
Carter, you know what the lyrics were? No. Not at all?
I couldn't even hear it.
All right. Hey, Carter.
Oh, that's right.
Carter,
right.
when you editing this later, actually listen back to this part. It's right here at 27 minutes in. All right, there you go. So manipulation of perception. The article questions the authenticity of Spetcher's claims of cannabis-induced psychosis and examines the leniency of her sentencing, suggesting it aligns with the broader narrative to vilify cannabis. So that's just when you go check it out, you'll see what we mean. We'll probably drop like a link to the article, something like that, in the description or whatever. So go ahead and check it out. But that's an interesting take. And if you are pro-canna, and you're high enough at the moment that you read it, oh, you're going to read the whole thing. So after I finish reading the whole thing, right? So after I finished reading it, I was thinking, he got a point.
Yeah.
I was like, no, let's really think about the timing, y'all. Election season. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we about to go there. You ready? It's election season. Okay. All right. And we, right now, me and Carter were just talking about this on Word on the Street last week, that Biden has 11% more approval rating because of cannabis, because of his stance on cannabis. 11%, meaning they don't really like you like that.
He could have 11%. It's a survey.
Yeah, it's a survey. It's a real, but which the way it should work, by the way. And when you take surveys from real people, Right? Because that's another conspiracy about your votes not counting. We're not about to get into that. This conspiracy, let's get back. All right. So this conspiracy right here, he got a point. The election's coming up. People are trying to figure out what's the big topics. Do we want to put all the big topics on the table? And which way do you lean? You lean to the left, you lean to the right. We be more strict, we be more laissez-faire. Like, how are we going to do this thing, right? And so the timing for this to be some kind of PsyOp kind of makes a little bit of sense on the timing, because we do see that cannabis is on the rise, bro. Cannabis is it's coming. Everybody's talking legalization. You got people who were like clearly on their side. Powerful people who are flipping their support. Major companies are like, so we close? Because if we close, I'm kind of down.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like when it was scary when I just believed in reefer madness, and now I'm thinking about like, nah, bro, this could be a good idea. And so now you're losing economically, and that's a problem, especially for this country, the higher ups. You don't want to lose no leverage here in terms of actual resources and support. We got to send more random billions of dollars to Ukraine. we got so much money to waste. Like, we need all of it, right? So we can't be losing economically from the top, right? So I'm thinking about, dang, that kind of makes sense. And then sometimes you just don't want the fun people to win. You know what I mean? Like, it just would be good. Reefer Madness work. They can tell you for every attempt that was made with prohibition, there was some good that came out of it for a certain group, right? So, okay. So they want to be able to control more. You can make sure that the incarceration levels stay high, right? You can continue to target people in low income areas. Easy. There's a lot of good stuff if you play for the other team. This makes a lot of sense. Right. So why not? Why would we continue? Because right now we're letting everything go, and look what they're choosing. So we need more structure and control, because when we just let them do their thing, even some of the billionaires in their billion-dollar companies are swaying that way. No, man, it's time to bring out Reefer Madness Part 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, just saying.
I will never not dance to that.
You're like, can we put the whole song on the pad, please?
No, we can't.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
What's your thoughts, man?
That's a good point. I think that, I mean, with the president's alignment for it, that says a lot, at least for the decriminalization side.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think he's saying all that so he can get reelected as well. I don't think he believes in it. I think
you know it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, they can try. I think that this is if I was thinking from an ops perspective, this is a good time to come out and do all that.
Yeah.
Because we've said it so many times in different episodes. The cannabis space is fragmented. It's not a collective of everybody's advocating for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so because they're not advocating for the same thing, it's easy. The universal saying of united we stand,
right?
Divided we fall, right?
Come on.
And so if the industry as a whole can't come together united and push back against narratives like this, then it can gain life.
Come on.
And then when it gains life, it's about is what do they say in court, beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yeah.
Well, if it gets enough legs where now it's like it can't be tore down beyond a reasonable doubt, then it's going to really get life and can potentially get rise. That's how some people, in the near past got power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. Yeah. No, you got a really good point. I mean, it's worth examining at least. And since we're on that subject, let's talk about these updates, man. Because they saying that the Drug Enforcement Administration, or y'all might know him as DEA, is apparently on the verge of rescheduling cannabis, possibly within days or weeks. This is the new story.
Wow. I think, I have a lot of thoughts with that. What do you think?
Man, first of all, I know we really don't want to be one of them cannabis platforms where y'all go, man, they get us excited about stuff and then they just keep using it as clickbait for the next 6 months. Well, we ain't intending to, okay? That wasn't what we're trying to do here, but we said we would keep you updated on the rescheduling. I really believe that it ain't coming in no days or weeks, man. It's not, and I get it. I read this article as well, but it's not coming within days and weeks, and
what's their source? Like what's making them, did somebody from the DEA say that specifically? Like, hey, we're focusing on rescheduling. I know last that I heard from the DEA was they were talking about we're the ones with the power to reclassify it or reschedule it. Mm-hmm. Right? They were flexing. But as far as,
and then the recommendation was made.
Yeah, by the health
the
Department
HHS
of Health and Homeland Services, right?
Health and Human.
Yep. And all them H's. Health and Human Services, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so the recommendation was made, but then the DA is like, well, it don't matter. Your recommendation don't mean not a damn, not a nan. So now that we are where we are, I don't think it's going, to your point, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to happen in days and or weeks because of the impact of rescheduling without protecting the players that are in place right now. Mm-hmm. And that's going to take time.
Yeah. No, that's a good catch. So to answer your question about the source, Morgan Fox, the political director of, you know who? You know what?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. No, it's Normal. So Normal.
Okay.
Right? She's the one that was like, okay, she responded to it. She says it's a step in the right direction, but in terms of practical direction, it's really more symbolic. She's just talking about the whole idea of legalizing on a federal level, and then also, who else is responding to this? Adrian Sneed, a partner in DC, DC office of the members firm of government and regulatory affairs and litigation practices. Mm-hmm. They have examined this, and it could actually be true. So they believed it. And this is benzinga.com, by the way.
Because you have to look into a lot of stuff.
And they think it's timing too. Like they think because of Biden's plays, in 2022, when he was trying to get it done in 2023. And now, again, no conspiracy here, but the election really is coming up, and so now it really is a conversation and they going hard and he is suffering. He is suffering and needs to make a play. So it's on his end, it's no hold up. DEA is now a strong recommendation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we shall see because there's a lot of economical impact when it comes to being rescheduled to a Schedule 3.
So glad you said that.
And it's a huge step in the right direction, but it also is a negative step for the small business owners.
Yeah.
And how's that going to affect the medical marijuana communities and states? How's that going to play out?
I'm so glad you said that.
Yep. How's it going to impact the legal market? Is the legal market go away?
Right.
Because the recreational use market go away because now it's federally legal or it will become medically legal at Schedule 3.
Right. Okay. You're saying is the medical program gonna go away that whole side?
Medical and the recreation,
right?
What?
Because what's the difference? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The federally that they're gonna say is that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do the people that are already are the states gonna align with the federal government on that side?
Right.
Or are they gonna stay how they're staying? How's that gonna work? So on and so forth.
And yeah, that's the question. So what happens if it happens, right? So at the moment, cannabis remains on Schedule 1 of the Controlled Substances Act alongside heroin, LSD, signifying no accepted medical value and high potential for abuse. That's actually in there. Rescheduling will bump it down to a Schedule 3, like Corey mentioned, placing it among anabolic steroids and Tylenol that has codeine in it. Now, what else could actually happen? We are from the financial service side of this thing. And so there's something major that's going to be impacted. This shift could also translate to lower taxes for cannabis companies that are now burdened by IRS tax code, which forbids them from deducting ordinary business expenses. Now, in 2022, cannabis businesses paid $1.8 billion in additional federal taxes, according to market research firm Whitney Economics. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I think
that's crazy.
I believe on the episode, was it with you in Kenya?
Mm-hmm.
From the shout out to Kenya for the highlight.
Yeah, highlight podcast on Kenya Alexander Davis.
Yep.
Cannabis.
I believe the conversation topic was, if that happens, can they all those businesses from the past amend their tax returns and get a refund back from being subject to 280E?
The reason I'm hype about that is because, ooh boy, harvestaf.net. This brings me up to our next ad. Let's go ahead and roll that harvestaf.net ad. Let's get it. Bam. All right. Because, ooh boy, a lot of people need to amend some tax returns. Sitting there with my Birdman hand rub. Yeah, y'all go in and hit us up at harvestaf.net so we can take care of you, because we truly are with you from seed to success. That's right. So, man, yeah. But yeah, that's part of this whole thing, the 280E impact, because they really paid $1.8 billion in additional federal taxes, those unfair taxes that's beyond what the normal business owners have to deal with. Like, that's the crazy part that we've been trying to teach and talk about cost accounting because of this. Yeah, crazy. For retailers, their tax rates can exceed 70%. These are real, like, actual reports. A change in this area could lead to more competitive pricing for customers, right? So it's pretty good for a lot of people. I guess unless you in the financial service business a little bit and that's your specialty. But no, it's pretty good.
I think because the tax, in my opinion, the taxes ain't going to go away. 280 is going to go away, but then they're going to come out with a different.
It's going to be something else.
Federally, because there's not a federal tax right now.
Run that back.
There's not a federal excise tax on the products that's being sold. It's just 280E is not allowing them to take the deductions and credits. So you remove that, now they can take the deductions and credits, but then now there's an additional tax. So, for example, you got, capital gains tax.
Yep.
You got self-employment tax.
Yep.
You have all different types of taxes that you have to pay. So an additional tax would then become, let's say, the federal cannabis excise tax.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the government's going to get their money in replace of 280E. In addition, I don't think the government's going to let them backtrack, because that's billions and billions of dollars that
I appreciate you saying that too.
Would have to pay back to these cannabis businesses. They're going to say, no, well, you were illegal then. You're just not illegal now.
Right. You were illegal then.
Yeah.
Because that was the law.
Yeah.
So why would we go back and amend? What would we be amending if you were illegal?
And I want to just to tap back in a little bit on my previous point. So if it's rescheduled to a Schedule 3, right? The DEA is saying anybody that is in the cannabis industry that is selling or dispensing or trafficking or whatever terminology they want to use beyond medicinally is still illegal. Let's think about
What did he say?
They're not saying that it's okay, it's all legal now. They're saying so beyond the Schedule 3, right? So if it's, let's say, pharmacies, or it could be issued out medicinally, okay, you're within regulation, right? But if I catch you with it, if I catch you selling it, you're still violating federal laws.
Yeah, you got to remember that this is not full legalization. Yeah, that's a great point. It's not full legalization. We're talking about rescheduling, so it's not as bad. But it's still illegal. That's a great point to mention. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
People gonna set themselves up for failure. But,
Yep.
hey, it's rescheduled. Hey, we got a black president. Hey, look.
That's the vibe it give you.
Hey, yeah, that's the exact vibe. Look, I'm black. Obama black shit. I can go and do what I gotta do. Hey, look, hey, you can't. Hey, sir, you're going 90 and a 30. Hey, it don't matter. My
president is black, and my Lambo's blue.
Ain't nothing you can do. You feel me? Nah, you going to jail, sir.
Yeah, man. So y'all better go on over to benzinga.com, read up on that article, and do your homework in addition to that. But we appreciate you getting it in with us for this word on the street. Yo, hey, this is I want to have a direct conversation with our supporters. Like, if you're loving this raw, unfiltered conversations we're bringing your way, imagine this, Corey. Imagine if they were getting more behind the scenes access, exclusive content, killer perks. No pun intended to today's story. It's all happening on our Patreon. All right, where you really become a true part of the Cannabruhz family. You really are in our Cannaverse, right? And let's not forget, your support on Patreon goes a long way in fueling this movement. It helps us bring you more of the content you love and amplifies our impact in the cannabis community, one seed at a time. All right. So if you're ready to take it up a notch and get closer to the action, head on over to patreon.com/the Cannabruhz Media. Choose a tier that fits your vibe, and let's make magic together. That's patreon.com/the Cannabruhz Media. We can't wait to welcome you into our inner circle. Go ahead.
Imagine this.
What's that?
They can have conversations with us.
Man, that we have to make sure we add that to a tier, bro.
They can have conversations with us, and we can go a little bit further. And we can have those real conversations.
Yeah.
We have real conversations now.
It's like live with our close friends.
Yeah, but we can have those real intimate
Oh, that's cold.
conversations with you about these topics.
That's dope. I love implementing a live into one of those tiers, man. I think that would be great. So you don't want to miss out. All they got to do is just go to the Patreon, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. All they got to do is go to the Patreon. That's all I want to talk to y'all about,
The IRS is auditing black people 5 times more than other races.
Come on.
We can talk about that in the Patreon.
Let's do it. But, it's true. It's true. That's what they say, man. Y'all better hear it from Harvest AF about it. Man, we ain't seen you, man, in a couple weeks, bro.
How many weeks? It's been 2 weeks? Man,
A few.
It's felt like
2, 3.
like a while, man.
Yeah, man. First of all, that's why we had to make sure that them cameras was on today, man. We weren't just gonna do the audio because make sure y'all stay tuned for the audio. We always dropping the visual though on Saturday at noon. So y'all just lock in to @the Cannabruhz on your social media. But no, man, we've been missing you, man. We've been trying to hold down the fort. You know what I'm saying? Let them know about the word on the street.
And I appreciate y'all. Hey, the producer, aka C-Dub, aka Swallows, aka Cardinal Wallace.
Let's go. What else?
Hey.
What else?
He been doing a great job holding it down, man. And I had to dap you up and say I appreciate your hard work, man.
Hey, sometimes Draymond got to start shooting threes. You like, hey, Clay gonna be down for 2 months. We trying to still make these playoffs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Carter pull up and he's like, I am your Steph now.
Pull up the jumper, then still off on you. We in this thing.
Yeah, man. Anything been brewing on your end? You know, we always like to tap in, you know, try to figure out.
I've been in a whole nother world. It's like the Matrix, doing marketing and all types of stuff while servicing clients and building our team out so that we can effectively provide a quality service while getting the word out there for Harvest AF so that y'all can know more about the Seed to Success method and know that it actually works in real time. So that's where I've been, bro. That's what I've been up to. Taking sales calls, you know what I'm saying?
Taking sales calls. Making ads.
Hey, man, I'm the guy figuratively. You go to the club, you get all dressed up, smelling good, spit the game, get the girl's number, and then you're like, hey, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. And then you call, and you hope it's the right number. You hope she picks up. Hey, you said we was going to link up later. Like, it's just ringing. I sent you a voice message. Is she going to check it?
Hey,
I sent you a text message, please.
Until you get that running the ad stuff down,
please.
That's how you feel.
That's the voice. Please. Just respond, please. Putting in a lot of work in.
Yeah, man. So thank you to the Seed to Success gang, Harvest AF, financial consultant, and of course the Cannabruhz media team. Appreciate it, man. Hey, we'll catch y'all on the next Cannabruhz Podcast. Let's get it.
Bow.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the show. Here to give you knowledge that you didn't know. Put you on some game, now you got a buzz. You are now listening to Cannabruhz.
Yeah, and now, of course, we are back. We are back, man. So, all right. You already see what's going on your screen. If you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, we appreciate you. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you share with somebody and drop something in the comment section. It could be your favorite emoji, a cup, a fire, whatever you want to do. We're doing it. Of course, before I get into it, I got to give them a proper intro because these guys are more than deserving of it. So let me go ahead and hit that one more time. Welcome, Cannabruhz and Cannabis, to a special edition of the Cannabruhz Podcast in celebration of Black History Month. We're diving deep into a series of episodes that honor the profound contributions of Black trailblazers in the cannabis industry. Join us as we explore the stories, the achievements, and legacy of Black entrepreneurs, activists, and innovators who have shaped the landscape of cannabis culture. Today, we have the pleasure of being joined by two amazing young brothers who have taken their perspective, expertise, and their real life skin in the game to bless the industry with a 20-time award-winning product, a top 10 cannabis beverage product, and they're not 8, 9, or 10. So take a hint. Drop some cups in the comment section right now for our homies, Kenneth Cottrell and Chris Johnson of Cannalean Infused Syrup. Make some noise.
There we go.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on?
What up?
Man,
another day in paradise. No complaints over here.
Man, I see y'all moving and shaking. We got one brother on the road. He might be going to drop off some Cannalean product. We got
right now.
right now.
Right now.
I see the logo on the shirt, so I had to point that out.
Oh yeah, I got to keep it flossing,
and then of course you got Kenny over there. He's literally sitting down conducting business himself, looking spiffy. What's going on, brother?
Doing good. Just just trying to make it. You know how we are. Just gotta do it.
Yeah, man. So we've had the pleasure, of course, of having you guys on the podcast before. But we were like, we're doing it bigger and better now. We're doing things a little bit different. We got a team that kind of helps us with a lot of things, just making this show awesome. But we, of course, had to kind of run it right back, spin the block on them, and do this for Black History Month, because you guys are a prime example of like perseverance, of taking your education and your experience and actually implementing that to take, our culture to a whole nother level. You guys represent Black culture. You guys represent Black excellence. And by that, I mean like actually knowing what you're talking about, actually putting the time and the effort in, and a lot of it that you won't even ever get back, as far as ROI, right? The time that you guys have spent perfecting the craft. And some people will only know you guys in one way, and I'm sure you're fine with it, but sometimes they may know you as graduates of your alma mater, right? They may know you as just the creators of Cannalean. There's so many things that you guys are doing, and we just wanted to spotlight that and bring you guys back on the show. So yeah, man. A couple topics, man, that we want to get into. We just actually were wrapping up our Word on the Street, so we had to hit you guys with the last story because I need y'all's perspective on this one. So
what was it?
Let's go. So for Word on the Street, this is this story that I got from greenmarketreport.com. The title is Blazing the Super Bowl Trail. So let's talk about cannabis promos hitting the all-time high. So of course we just got done with the Super Bowl. What did y'all do for Super Bowl?
I watched it on the Strip with at the Venetian, and then we watched the second half at a suite at the Bellagio.
Okay, that's fire. Chris,
Kenny's a fancy dancy. I was at the local barbecue joint getting drunk, cheering on the under. My under won, so that's all that mattered. Man.
Okay.
I lost on the over, so lost on the over.
Oh man,
it happens.
Hey man, it definitely happens. And Super Bowl though, for a lot of people that tune into the show, and a lot of y'all out there, your favorite team may have won. You may be a Swiftie, you might not be. But the craziest thing is what's going on is this story is talking about the trend that's emerging, and it's dating back for the last couple years that they were actually tracking this, but in the week leading up to the last year's Super Bowl, so 57, particularly on Saturday before the game, edibles and other consumables saw a 13% jump compared to the previous week. Then they start actually noticing that within a month's time, like surrounding kind of week to week basis surrounding that Super Bowl time, it was like a 33% increase on like infused cooking ingredients, infused everything that you can think of other than bud. So with you guys, of course, having Cannalean out there, is this like something that y'all have noticed is like that increase in sales around stuff like the Super Bowl?
Oh, we just had record sales. Like we had our highest grossing sales last month.
Yeah.
We have our highest grossing sale last month for California, and then we've been approached by a lot of bakers and people that make baked goods about using Cannalean. Which I got some brownies at the house right now. Someone made for us, but they're making it with Cannalean because Cannalean can be cooked up to like Chris will tell you like 350, 380 degrees.
We can Cannalean be up to 385. So a lot of people do stuff at 350 or 375. You can cook with it, and it won't actually force the THC to dissipate.
Yeah.
But to your question, yes. So during the holiday times, and even during any big season now, cannabis has become part of like the common household items. If you go out to stock up on beer, people are stocking up on cannabis edibles. Like it's starting to have that transitional phase where we went from being such an outcast to people are treating it like wine nowadays, where it's casual to go get some edibles to stock up in your house when your family comes over. It's a casual thing.
It's like the thing for me to have. Everybody has like if they're fine bottle of whiskey. I like to make I would make like Rice Krispie treats. I would make brownies. I might make cookies. Just like it's another party thing out there. And especially
like most households, like we all see like a beverage dispensers. They'll have a cannabis beverage dispenser of a drink that they poured Cannalean into, right along with their alcohol and their margaritas and their sangrias and stuff like that. It's a it's becoming more socially acceptable.
Yeah.
And I think
yeah.
and especially out there, you can see in like places out here like Henderson, which are more like suburban areas, have an increase in cannabis consumption now, which it's showing it's just more acceptable in crowds that it wasn't acceptable before. Man. And because we're in Vegas, if getting drunk and drinking in the open is acceptable, you're going to have some leeway with just consuming cannabis.
Yeah.
Especially when you see that the violence has gone down, the things that with cannabis related, it's, you're not getting the same outcome and things that, you have alcohol with. And it's a lot of positive shit.
Yeah, it is a lot of positive shit. And like, it's dope that y'all are actually able to see it. I figured that would be a good question to ask y'all because y'all are able to actually look into your own analytics and say, yeah, we did see like a spike. Like, this is kind of crazy.
It's around from Thanksgiving on to especially culminating on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everyone's re-up. I have a lot of friends that came in town for the Super Bowl. Everyone's like, where can I get some Cannalean at? Do you have some Cannalean with you? Like that, and it's like, I don't want any flower candy. Just bring me some Cannalean because I can't. Because like I got at least 10 friends that took it into the game. Let's put it like that.
Right.
Brought Cannalean into the game, and like I said, it's easy to put in the pocket. It doesn't go off on the metal detector, and that's like I said, they really do that because like I said, a lot of people are, especially like guys like 50 plus, they don't want to drink as much. They really want to.
I'm telling you.
They like go easy in their body with the cannabis, and they like I said they had a great time. They like I said, my friends went to the game. I was really shocked by that.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing it everywhere. I mean, we're in Texas, so like we really everything is illegal. I guess the best. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, like if they have D9, it's different. If you're talking about like not CBD, you're talking about like high THC percentages, then yeah, it's probably illegal. But when it comes to like the different consumables, like the infused syrups, like the different edibles and stuff like that, you definitely see like a lot. If you go out to the bars, if you go to the game, like AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play, like that's such a, like if you can't go out there and think you're going to only see beer, you know what I mean? Like when people are going out there and in the parking lot, they're getting it popping. So the pregame is real.
It's
real.
In Austin recently for the Association of Energy Service Professionals down in I was in Austin first, then San Antonio, and I was surprised by the number of CBD stores, but the amount of CBD beverages that everyone's consuming in Texas was kind of like mind blowing to me. And the next thing you know, I'm busting out Cannalean. They're like, oh, I give them a Cannalean. They give me 2 drinks. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And like you used to breathe like the friendship and the camaraderie of people who actually consume cannabis. They like to share the experience with people. So I think like making it a cannabis beverage is like easier to share. It's like everybody used to want to pass the blunt. If I got a drink and I can make 10 drinks out of one bottle.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Too easy, man.
It's too easy, and you don't have to smell like weed. A lot of people don't. We come from the area. We don't mind smelling like weed. I don't mind the smell, the process. But if you're new to consuming cannabis and your problem before was the smell, people always knew that you were high because of the smell. The smell was the problem. Being able to consume and not having to smell it is a huge thing. I know it isn't that big of a deal to us consumers, but people who are stepping into this industry to not have to smell like cannabis or taste cannabis in their mouth when they're consuming cannabis. You pour into a beverage, you don't even know. You just start feeling your buzz within 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing for them.
Yeah,
it's becoming socially accepted, kind of like alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol is very similar to the same way where you can pour a drink and you can drink it and you don't have to smoke it. If you had to smoke alcohol, you'd consume so much less alcohol.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That would be so much less. But,
man, you ain't lying.
But because you make it easy to consume, like cannabis is becoming easy to consume, people are consuming it more, which is great for the business aspect of it.
Yes,
it's great. And you're just seeing the increase in different people who are consuming. You see your newcomers who will come and buy the 10 milligram bottles, but you'll see your experienced people who come and buy 3,000 milligram bottles or 800 milligram. It's just you're seeing the increase in consumption as well too, which is great.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot. The other thing where the impact is made is it's like, forget if you don't like the smell of cannabis. What about when you're like, I'm going to the Super Bowl, I'm going to some heavily crowded area, and I'm with my family and my mom, and I'm with my mother-in-law or something like that, and now everybody's like
100%. But I still want to be able to consume. I don't want to have to like not be me because they're here, but I also want to be respectful, not smell like weed. This is where edibles and drinkables come into play.
At the end of the day, I'm a capitalist. I mean, I like cannabis. We all know I like it, but it's the money part. The fastest growing segment within the cannabis industry is literally the beverage market.
What did he say?
Yeah, let's just figure out. Like they're on track for this in 2022. They're $290 million in total cannabis sale. They're predicting by 2028 the cannabis beverage market will be $640 million.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
We're talking about 4 years from now. We're talking about almost doubling again.
Yeah,
that's it. That's why it's growing, because it's being more socially acceptable. Plus, the last two states where they've had the Super Bowl have been cannabis-friendly states. So, like, the more and more as the Super Bowl is going to be in a cannabis-friendly state. We know a lot of athletes consume cannabis. They're even starting, like, not even testing it no more, like they're doing, like the NBA. We're going to see another increase. We're going to see more marketing opportunities for it, and we're also going to see, like, at the end, it's the growing market. Like, it is the fastest growing market within the cannabis states.
Oh man! So now when we talk about consumables, let's get straight to it. Let's go ahead and really talk about the cannabis beverage space. So of course that's why we have you guys here. But in addition to that wealth of knowledge for the cannabis industry and the cannabis industry as a whole, let's talk to our people, man. Let's talk to our people. So I really want to get into it as far as, like, let's get straight to it. What discrepancies do you guys see that there are out there for black men or black people in your very position within the industry? What are you guys seeing? Is there really a difference? Do you believe in it? Or do you believe that, hard work and everything else that, the typical American story likes to portray?
No. I mean, like, let's be honest with you. I'm a black guy. We didn't come for money. We don't have any rich parents.
Damn right.
We had to work for everything I got. I understand about the pulling by the bootstraps, but also to be black, you're scrutinized twice as much.
Yep.
But my parents always taught me that as a black man, I have to be better, smarter, and basically 10 times smarter and better than your white competitor.
Yep.
So I've always taught that the heart. This is why I went to Morehouse College, where they more instilled that instinct into me. And now we're growing in the cannabis field, and a lot of times the first thing someone says to me, "Oh, Kenneth Cottrell, you're a really smart guy. I see that you're getting your doctorate." It's like, and like, I feel like that's a lot of the reason why we have been approached by a lot of different companies, is because that we do have these pedigrees. Like I said, I am a doctor of candidate. Chris is an FDA certified organic chemist. So it's like, we have to be better than our white counterparts, unfortunately. But guess what? We're up for the task. I come to win.
Let's go.
I take checks on a daily basis. So like, that's part of the business. And it is what it is. Like I said, we got the best cannabis beverage in the country. In my eyes, we're a 20-time award-winning brand. And like I said, anybody who wants to say something different to me, I'm gladly we could do a drink competition any day of the week. I mean, that's just how I am. But on the business side of it, I do pride ourselves that me and Chris are two African American men. We're highly educated. Mm-hmm. We have a very tight network of other black, with our lawyers, Black Jared Hodo, shout out Ice Miller Law Firm. Yep. Been very helpful in our growth. We've had our investors, all this black. It's like I said, me and Chris are both proud members of 100 Black Men in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, so we're gonna get into that. We're all about, like, not only being black, but being a black man showing excellence, but also being like a pillar in the community where we're helping out not just ourselves, but the next generation of business owners. That's like that's what we do it for. We want to make sure that we're laying down the groundwork for the next black man who want to get into cannabis. They got someone to look out to, someone to reach out to just help them along the way, without them just wasting money and just getting lost. Yeah.
No, absolutely. You can't be out here getting lost. We can't afford it. We don't have as many opportunities to make back up the ground that we lost. So, like, we already start so far behind. I was taught the same thing, by, the adults that were, had a hand in raising me, would say, hey, you don't have the opportunity not to wake up earlier. Like if you do that, you think you're going to be on time, you're going to always be behind. Like, it's just the truth. Like, because you're going to get into this habit of being just enough, and you're already behind. You're a black man in America.
Oh no, I can be better. I don't even like. And Chris will tell you that my confidence is on 10,000. I think I piss excellence, and there's nothing I think I can do. I mean, with the right backing, the right things. Like I said, the numbers speak for themselves. The metrics don't lie. We're an award-winning, we're a high-selling brand. It's not because of like we got it easily. No, Chris put in the work. He made the product over 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. I've been at the company almost 2.5 years ago, and we seem to grow from like being in just 11 stores to 39 in California, to Nevada, to expanding to a whole other state, which is a whole different monster, to now being We just signed a contract to be manufactured by Space Station, which is the largest cannabis beverage manufacturer in the state of California. So like we're like I said, we're on track to like do numbers, but like I said, I couldn't do this. Like I can't say we always a pro black thing. I've had a lot of white guys, Asian guys help me along the way. A lot of them gave me my real connection and stuff. But at the end of the day, they understand that me and Chris are black guys. They've worked with us on pricing. They've given us favorable terms. So like I said, we've also asked for it. And like I said, at the end of the day, they're not going to us because they like us. They like they see the numbers. They can check the metric report.
Yeah.
It's like that guy sold 20,000 units last month.
Yeah.
It's like, what more can I say than that?
Yeah. Yeah. How are you seeing the discrepancies just being black trying to operate in this industry, Chris?
You know, if you're a brand and you can hide behind a brand and don't have to show that you're black, I think it's different. But if you're someone who has to be the face of your company like me, I think it's a little different. Trying to sell a product that sounds black. Cannalean, I use the nickname because that's the hood term for a syrup that gets you high. Right. So me in term using that, I've not gotten into stores because the name sounds too black. They try and say some other things that, oh, that's not appropriate or acceptable for our store. But you sell Coca-Cola in your vending machines. That's named after cocaine. Coke. So what the fuck is the problem? Like let's be honest. The name sounds too black for you, but you just can't say that. But that's been a lot of problem in a lot of stores. So I mean, being a black owned company isn't the hardest part. It's trying to still be black and be a company. You know, like it's being white and being a company. There's never a problem. You can't say a product sounds too white. That doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
That doesn't fucking exist. You can call it Billy Joe Bob and it'd be the fucking number one selling product out there. Wouldn't be a fucking question. Yeah. But saying Cannalean, even though my product is sugar-free, vegan, and plant-based, it's made by an FDA certified chemist, you're still going to tell me no that it sounds too hood termage or just say too black. That's
too
the
black.
Fucking problem. But we can't get to the point where you can't admit that something is too black for you, but it can never be too white. You know, and that's the problem I think we have in not just in this industry and in being a black-owned company, period. Yeah. You can never really be yourself. You have to be just enough of yourself so people know that you're black, but then you still have to be appropriate enough and speak the proper way that they want you to speak or else they don't fuck with you. Yep. You know, and it's like, I have more degrees and Kenny has more degrees than all of these motherfuckers we sit in rooms with. For some reason, if we don't speak in this perfect, proper termage, you don't take me seriously. We're smarter than all of you, not just saying it on paper. We're smarter than all of you. For some reason, we still have to go above and beyond. Yeah. You know, and that's the part where I do get a little frustrated because it's been 10 years for me now. And I've you know, being a company on the streets where I got to be me was one thing. You know, I got to deal with people who bought my product because they knew it's Cannalean. It was similar to lean. You could pour it up the same way. Niggas who sip lean, it was an easy way for them to get off of it. Right. You know, and like now when you're dealing in the regular industry, when white people are behind it, it's a problem because of the name. Yeah. Not because the product isn't the best. I have the best product in the fucking market. That's not a question. But you wouldn't care my product.
We got the words of the niche.
Yeah. My product is shown through the fact that it's selling better in every other store than every other product, and you won't carry it because of the name. Like that's.
That's where you gotta move on from the kind of things. Like at this point,
but you have to be able to shake that off though. If you can't shake that off, it's gonna be the problem. That's what I gotta be honest with you. If you can't shake off people being that way to you, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, and I'm glad that you mentioned the frustrations because let's not act like success can, success can wipe away the issues that you're going to have anyway, just because you're black. Let's be honest. Like,
no. That shit hurts. They're waiting for us to fall. That shit hurts.
Yeah, you can go. You can be as high as you want to be up.
And for me, it's different. For me, it's different. For me, it's like I come out here to like kick ass. Like I'm dead ass. I'm gonna say that. Right. I came here to kick ass. I came here to make you feel stupid. I came here to take all your money. And that's different for me and Chris. Chris knows that about me too. It's like Chris is a heart and passion and soul in each one of these bottles. Whereas me's like, I want the bottom line. I want the money. You need to put me on the shelf. If you're not going to show me, tell me why. If it's some racist, I'm going to sue you. I have no problem filing a complaint on you. I'm litigious as shit. You think we're going to fuck? You think I'm on these black guys?
And he's being honest because we've done it. We've done it. A company carried our product for Black History Month, carried it for 1 month for Black History Month to promote that they had black-owned products on the shelf, and then pulled us off March 1st.
Only and for me to go and file a complaint with the Cannabis compliance board on it, and like I said, they didn't realize I had connections with state representatives to file it. It was like I said, sometimes they think you're a black-owned brand. They can say whatever you want to you, and you have to take it. And that's like I'm not that dude.
They,
I'm not
they
that
think
black
you're
dude.
ignorant. They
I'm
think
that
you're without
angry,
knowledge.
light-skinned black dude
Yeah.
who will protest, sue you. And I get off on that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not good.
But that's the benefit of having yin and yang, because I'm very passionate. I'm not that type of person. I'm passionate about the product. That's why the product comes so well.
Right.
And to have a partner who can do that other side, who can make sure that, no, I can remove my emotions from this factor, get the fucking product sold, get this here. If this is this reason, we're gonna get this done. That's the benefit of having the yin and yang, of having two parts to your company and not being the same exact person. Have a business partner who's the opposite of you and still being able to get along and understand business wise. Yeah. Because if not, I can't do those things. And I can't do that shit. And Kenny doesn't make product. This is the point where we come together and make a company. It's two parts that come together.
I have no interest in being anyone's consumption lounge. I might want to, I'm just
I don't go to Kenny's office. Kenny doesn't come to the lab. Like, we literally don't need to contact, but we do so much business all the fucking time.
Yeah, and I had to make sure that I said it on camera because I said it right before we started recording. But you guys inspired us to do things differently with Harvest AF Financial Consulting and the Cannabruhz Media. It's the way that we run our business now, being I'm one of the two figureheads, also, starting and owning the company and trying to make all the decisions, having to be, the face on camera, having to, kind of do all that, put yourself out there, but also do way more work when the cameras are off and when the microphone's not in front of me. 100%. To be able to do that, it became so much more effective in 2023 and now to start this year because of the advice. The game, we always try to put people on game, but the game that you guys passed to us in the first time that we sat down, if you haven't checked out that interview that we did with the guys of Cannalean before, we're going to make sure that we link it to this one so you'll be able to check it out. But it's everywhere, of course, on our YouTube. We have it, of course, on all the audio platforms. So if you like Spotify, you like Apple Podcasts, whatever, it's there. But you guys are, y'all are dropping gems now, but that was a game changer for us specifically. So just wanted to give y'all's flowers while we're recording.
Thanks. Like
thank you, man. Appreciate that.
We're big on collaboration. Like, that's my big thing. That's one of the other reasons why we've grown so fast, especially with the Black community. They've always had our back. Like I said, I've thrown the craziest probably block party at Morehouse ever seen. I gave away 1,000 pre-rolls, 1,000 bottles of Cannalean, 2,000 bottles of drinks. I mean, what other college campus is going to allow me to do that? But I think, thank you, Skip Bland. Thank you, Mr. Good Gang at Morehouse College for allowing me to do that. And then, like, Morehouse now has their own cannabis, a cannabis club, which I think is great. They're trying to get more young African Americans into cannabis. Every time I go back home to Atlanta, I see another Morehouse alum. They got their own dab bar. They got their own brands, and now we're coming together. Like, Jerome Cheatham up in Michigan is manufacturing for my friend Omari with his Dirty Lemonade. Now we have, like, since we're like, we can work together. We never met each other. We have another friends, and it feels like we have a synergy with us. So that's the good thing about, like, where we're growing up now. Now we're an established brand. Other established Black-owned established brands, like, I can work with them automatically because they feel like family. It doesn't feel like organic, like being filth. If the numbers are there, if it makes sense, they do clean business. Why not go work with them? I think that's one of our benefits that we're going at right now.
And that sounds like a lesson. I wanted to get into the lessons that you guys have learned in business from the last time we met to now. Is there something new that you say, hey, maybe it was something that you guys didn't necessarily implement at that time, or it's just something new that came about? Because I know you guys are always sponges and looking to learn.
This new contract that we just did with Space Station taught me a lot.
Let's talk about it. When
Chris went out the country to Spain for his brother's wedding for a month, I had to, like, get through all the numbers, find out everything. With one of our manufacturers, they were just playing us. It was just if the numbers weren't there, we figured out, like, you know what? We're just in the contract. Best might didn't like it, but at the end of the day, it was best for the company. We thrived from it. And the other one is, like, get all your documents in order. I'm talking about insurance, manufacturing, labels, bottles, top. Now we're moving away from doing self-distribution. Find yourself a sales team that makes sense. Find yourself a distribution company who are industry leaders. Give us those kind of things, like right now. That's why right now we're with Neighbors. We're working with Pedal Fast. We're working with Space Station. We talked to KSS. Like, get to know who the big boys are, and don't feel afraid that you can't approach them. They're all companies like this. And that's how we got in there. One referral from one company led to all of this. And like I said, we did good business. They weren't black. They're a couple of white guys out of California. We helped them get in the store here. They paid us back, helped us get in the stores in California, to the point it was like, yeah, y'all manufacturing can be way better. Come on, manufacture where we get our products on, which is going to increase our profits. We can which going to reduce, which can increase our profit, because like we're not going with like fulfilling and logistics. That was the headache in cannabis. Once we start realizing we're making cannabis from growing from just Nevada, and Nevada is very small. It's a two-city state. State. California is it's a monster. There's 866 stores trying to get product there within a week or so, or 2 weeks. That became where our that became the thing we had to do, was like learn the logistics and work with better manufacturers on like getting the product produced in a timely manner.
I love it. I love the fact that, like you said, that you guys are still listening, still soaking up stuff. Chris, tell me about the lessons that you were able to pull out from the last time that we sat down and had a conversation.
Well, can I ask you a question before we do that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Can I smoke on camera?
Oh, yeah, smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My little teacup. Go on.
Oh, let's go.
I would say if you think you don't need it in this industry, you do. Like if you think you have to, I don't really need to do that. Or I don't need to. No, you really do. You need every bit of insurance. You need every contract you can get. You need to know every bit of sales numbers you have. Like if you think you need all that, trust me.
And I hear both of y'all saying that.
If you want to be with the big boys and play that big game and actually have your product really sold, you need to have that shit. And you don't need to scramble and try and rush and put it together. You need to have that shit ready. I got
a question, though, about that, because both of y'all mentioned, just making sure your licenses and your contracts and everything are together. What about for those young businesses that are like, oh, I'm so young, I'm so green, right? I'm so young in the game. I don't know if I can get all of this at one time. Do you guys actually recommend, hey, you need to make sure everything is checked off, or do you need to wait until you find the right distributor or find like what's the best?
Okay. So I can give you my street, what the nigga in me would tell you, and then I got what the new businessman in me would suggest.
Okay.
I like
this.
The streets in me would tell you, push your product until you can make enough money till you can start putting this shit together. Their product doesn't have to move in legal dispensaries. I can't really say that, but
right.
You can push your product. It's been sold outside of legal dispensaries for as long as it's been around. Trust me, you can still do it and put your money together. If not, Google some shit. Gosh damn it. We have phones and all this fucking technology in front of us and we don't want to use it. Just fucking Google business documents and then copy them and put your information in there. Like it's the simplest shit in the world. Stop trying to make things so fucking complicated and recreate the wheel.
Right.
Look at somebody else's wheel, put your shit inside of it and then see if that works. And if that doesn't work, then recorrect the information that didn't work. But you have to start from somewhere. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to be started to get great. Like there is no option in that. Just start with something. Put something together.
Yeah.
Go to an investor. We went to our first investor with fucking barely any information. Now we're going with more information than anybody could fucking ask for. But we didn't get there by just doing it on our own. It took going with this much information, then adding a little more. He told us, then go to this much information. Then, okay, they want to see this, add that to your deck. Just keep adding shit to it till you have a full deck together. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take seeing 5 or 6 people and running your shit across multiple people to get it right. But don't think that it's just, if it was that easy, everybody would fucking do this.
Yeah, you can't be afraid of the journey. You wouldn't be the only person
in this game.
Right.
It's going to be hard.
I would say the best money I spent on is hiring a good lawyer. I'm going to tell you this now. I spent a lot of money, still owe money, still always motherfucking money. But yeah, I owe money. And yeah, the best thing I did was having the lawyer. And talking to the lawyer gave me an understanding of what I'm supposed to look for a contract, what are acceptable, how am I not going to protect myself? Because Chris had people oh, let's do a project together, and then come to find out, Chris can be voted out anytime. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck am I gonna sign this shit for? So like I said, make sure I would say hire an attorney. That would be the first one I will put my money on. Get your corporate setups done first and foremost. Get your EIN, Secretary of State, trademark. If you can't do those things, take your time, get that done first.
Yep.
I will focus on getting all that stuff done first before I start talking about I'm gonna go buy pounds and liters of distillate. That's just me. But like I said, my background is corporate. I grew up working for my uncle's law firm. I was 12 years old to all through college. And like I said, I'm a doctoral candidate. I care about the contract and stuff. If it's just contracts, at least with a contract, I have the option to go back to court to try to get my money back. If I don't have nothing on contract, I'm still with street shit, and I don't got time to be doing street shit. I'm too fucking old.
Yeah.
So like, and that's what I said. I can't tell no one else. Just spend a couple $100, get that LLC.
Yeah.
A young end number first. Spend another $1,000, get that state trademark, and apply for your federal one, and then get it together. Once you get a nice little bag, hire a lawyer. It's going to cost you at least $35,000 to $5,000 just for them to answer any questions. But you will take that knowledge will make you millions.
Come on.
At the end of the day.
Yo, that's game. Y'all better go get it. Go get it. Go pick it up. Yo, the other thing is we bounce back and forth talking about, going from what you guys are doing in the cannabis industry to let's just, do something that really, drops gems on our people. Let's talk about y'all's involvement. I'll let you say it, but, let's talk about the involvement in organizations that support and uplift the current and future generations of Black entrepreneurs in America. I know it's one that you guys are very...
Yeah, everybody knows this is my thing.
Let's go.
I remember 100 Black Men of Atlanta, Las Vegas. When I went to high school in Atlanta, 100 Black Men supported me on an issue I got in high school, almost got expelled. They had my back. My uncle was was a lawyer. His friends, I basically got to do some community service, but I was allowed to stay at North Atlanta High School, graduated, had one of the highest SAT scores in the public school system that year. And then they ended up giving me a scholarship to go to Morehouse. Man. So from that, I'm indebted to them. So fast forward 20 years, paid for it. I'm now helped charter the Collegiate 100 chapter at UNLV. I'm also a grad student, finished my post-bac, my master's, and now I'm doing my doctorate. This year, we took 8 students from UNLV to Atlanta to participate in the Collegiate 100 National Next Gen Convention. Those same kids were working on trying to get them internships. For me, it's a passion thing for me because I could have been easily one of these kids that was locked up.
Easy.
Could have been not dropped out, but like I said, I had people that care for me, and for me, it's like I care for each one of these young kids. I want them to win. I want these guys to do it. So for me, that's my thing. Last week we had I had 2 events on 100 Black Men. We had Bill Jones Jr. and Malcolm Jenkins from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I saw that.
They did a fireside chat. That was mind blowing. It's here you got this millionaire football player talking to the legend Milton. And Milton's been on Bank of America boards. He's he's that dude. Yep. And you got the corporate and the athlete at the same time. That's a powerful image. And
yeah, it is.
At the end of the day, how to to uplift the Black community. How can these guys learn how to so that was mind blowing. Then the next morning, we took 50 kids from 50 kids from our programs come to the Caesar's Palace to meet NFL alumni and future Hall of Famers and current Hall of Famers. These kids' minds were blown.
Gotta be.
You don't know who some of these kids are. That might be your next middle linebacker, might be your next senator. It doesn't matter. I mean, because with our organization, not only we care about the athletes, the current president at Harvard University is John Cook, African American, with the Clark High School, Xavier High School in Las Vegas. He's the SGA president of Harvard University. That's fucking outrageous. We gave him a $5,000 scholarship. That's fucking just badass. I don't care who you are, Black, white, or anything. You're SGA president of Harvard University. You're that dude. So now we have another kid I'm going to recommend. He's got accepted the Yale on a football scholarship. But like I said, we support Black excellence. That's one thing our organization is about. So I can't say enough about the 100 Black Men. They're a phenomenal organization. Glad I'm a member. I got Chris to be a member because, like I said, I can't do this by myself. If I'm on, I got to bring my business partner on. That's the kind of guy I am. If that just speaks loudly on that.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy if you didn't. Imagine having a Black man right next to you and being like, nah, I got some stuff. I'll tell you about it later.
But there are guys like that. There are definitely guys like that. I know plenty of guys like that.
I do.
Not me.
Yeah, I do.
There are. No. It's Black History Month, so I don't want to get into that kind of talk. But we as Black folks do need to work on our ability to help the other brother next to you.
Absolutely.
Instead of always trying to push them down, because that's always seems to be a thing.
Crab in a bucket.
I got my nephew. He went to high school, didn't want to go to college. I was like, all right, what are you going to do? He came to a couple of 100 Black Men leadership conferences. I single-handedly walked him into a recruiting office and enlisted him in the Air Force. we're like, no, that's life changing for him. I know what the Air Force does for men. It gets you a base. You're gonna have a job. You can buy a house. You can provide for your family now. Like at the end of the day, he's setting himself up. So college isn't for everybody. I'm perfectly okay with that. But you gotta do something, and that's what we're here for. We're here like to get more and more, because like if they see me and Chris, they see actually the president of the 100 Black Men Las Vegas sitting right next to me. We were at a meeting earlier.
Oh man, salute.
Yeah, it's just one of these for me. If they see success, they want to emulate success, so they don't think it's crazy no more. And I think that's like one of the things that I did have growing up, and that's why I'm so confident in myself, is that I saw men like Milton Jones grow up my whole freaking life. Like these guys, H.J. Russell, Maynard Jackson. I've seen these Black millionaire successful guys just have it, and it's normal. So like me coming out to another state, like I expected
to see the same level of excellence. Yeah.
It's like, and I want the other kids like, no, this is normal. Kenny did it. I saw Kenny smoking weed and drinking Cannalean at the club. So like,
yeah. Hey, Chris, do you feel like that's had like a major impact where you were able to see like culture shifting in a way thanks to 100 Black Men? Like, what has been your experience with the organization?
Oh, 100%. I'm one of those people who truly believes in you can't. I'm not gonna say you can't, but it's hard to be something if you don't see it. So especially as a Black man growing up, I grew up in the suburbs, so I didn't have many Black people around me. Like I was one of 4 Black people at my elementary school and like one of 15 in high school. So like, I didn't grow up around Black people, especially the ones I saw didn't really inspire me to want to be that. Yeah. You know, I'm somebody I never wanted to be I didn't want to be a nigga. Yeah. You know,
that's real.
I'm an educated motherfucker. I'm educated motherfucker. I graduated college in 3 years. Like I'm a very intelligent human being who wanted to be inspired by something like that. And then being with 100 Black Men, seeing intelligent Black men who actually do things in the public. Yeah. Who actually have a word that means something. You know, they can hop on the phone and call a senator on the spot. You know, and we needed them. And I'm one of those firm believers. It's hard to be something until you see it. And seeing successful Black men who are doing the things that I truly wanted to do gave me that true inspiration to keep going and doing that. Because you do fall off sometimes. It is, I'm not going to say it's like this permanent motivation you have when you see it. You need to consistently see it. Yeah. Consistently see it. And that's why I think taking these kids out, especially when we take them to events and we show up, we show ourselves, you know, we're younger Black men who they can look to and realize, oh, we can be that. We can be business owners who went to school and got their degrees and still in school getting his doctorate and still owning businesses. Wow, we can do that and be successful and drive nice cars. We can still go to the club and hang out. And we can still do all that. Yeah, you can. Like that is part of this process. We try to show them that. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest part of this whole process, and especially 100 Black Men, is being able to take these kids out and show them that you can not just tell them. Anybody can tell you you can be anything you want to be. Yeah, fucking that's great. Who? You can show you. No, you can be this. This motherfucker does this. He owns this. This motherfucker has 6 cars. This, like, you're like, oh, wow, I don't have to be a rapper or sell drugs. No, I mean, you could own businesses. Yeah. You worked for this bank and did this and this. And you're like, oh, wow, I've never thought about that. Of course, because you've never seen it before. Because
you never saw it.
So seeing this type of shit, not even just for these kids, for me as well, has been such a huge thing. I'm a firm, I'll be 100 Black Men the rest of my life. My kids will be in 100 Black Men. That's not even a question.
I love it. And if people want to get involved, there's Black men that's listening to this out there, like, and they feel like they do need that extra motivation. How can they reach 100 Black Men? How can they get involved? Can you guys help us with that?
Yeah, someone call me straight up. I'm on the executive board in the Vegas chapter. I look me on LinkedIn, Instagram. My name, pretty easy to find. Yep. I love to help people out. Everybody knows it about me. It's like what I'm really passionate about. If I make a billionaire, I'll probably still be doing. I'll probably teach and treat 100 Black Men still smoking weed on the weekend all the time. I mean,
that's saying something. Doing the same shit he's doing now. Man.
I'm not going to change because I remember my uncle, like he's a lawyer, like he's 100 Black Men, and I remember him just coming. I said, "Uncle Mel, you made all this damn money. Why you at the office? Like, your auntie get on my nerves." And this is how we stay married. I come to work. I deal with you and the other Black kids at our house, and he used to have all these Black lawyers. He employed like Phaedra from Real Housewives. He clerked with him. it's like at least 10 lawyers I know personally that all intern for him. They're all like killing it personal injury wise. So I was like, I grew up like seeing my uncle doing, like, I didn't be doing the same damn thing. Shit.
Yeah.
Now I've gotten to that point where like, I'm the mentor now. I'm the mentor now, which
Life is fast.
funny to me. Oh man, I got the kids and the collegiate. I love these kids. They're killing it. I mean, they're your next generation leaders. I feel good. Like one's going to go work at Vanguard. One works for the Raiders. One works for the Aces. I'm helping trying to get an internship at Light and Wonder. So it's like now I'm looking for people like in other companies like, no, like what are you doing to help out your African Americans in your community? Do you have any internships? Do you have any scholarships for these kids? Because like I want these kids to succeed. And like if you invest in these kids, just like me, like I said, if they have the same mindset that a lot of them do, that they have to be 10 times better than a white counterpart. Oh, that's what I'm hiring, straight up.
Yeah,
like that guy will run through a wall for me if I ask him to.
Yeah,
100%. That's what you want to. That's what you want to build. That's what you want to strive. So that's why I feel like, especially with the collegiate 100, like these gonna be some bad motherfuckers. I can tell you that now. Oh, like these new kids coming out of Morehouse, Spelman, Fort Valley, Grambling. Man, I'm excited. I'm very excited for the future.
I love it, man. I love y'all's involvement, and again, prime examples of when, you could do more with your 24 hours in a day. It seems like we never have enough time, and I'm sure we all three of us can still, get even better at the balancing act of, work and life and, enjoying and working and all that kind of stuff. But the way that you guys are still looking to inspire the next generation, and you're currently doing it while Cannalean is charting, while all this stuff is happening, while expansion is still going.
It was interesting, oh, you're on the cannabis company? So I'm looking, I was crazy. Oh, you're on the cannabis company. They said, oh, I'm also a doctoral candidate. They didn't look at me like.
Are you just confused now? You're just confused now.
I'm doing both. And it's like, and then the president come over and say, oh yeah, he's doing both. And they just start looking and say, well, shit, we got to support him. Now they got support. Like,
because we can do anything.
This is a bad dude right here. So, and that's how they feel about us. They think like me and Chris, like, y'all are doing what? Because remember, Chris is 31. I'm turning 40 next month. So I'm in the middle of Chris's like, I'm middle-aged adult. He's like a young adult, and I was like, "Damn, we're kicking ass when you think hindsight." We're kicking ass, shit.
Yeah, man. So
but to back on your topic though, there's never a better time than now. Like people always do this waiting process where they think there's gonna be some other time to do that thing. Like, no, when I get the money or I get all this success, then I'll take it and do that. No, when you're getting it, you can still do the process.
Chris, that's a good point.
You have to do it now so that when you get the money, you'll really know how to do it. Because if you start then you might get too complicated, distracted. You got all this money and it's just too distracted.
Yep.
Do it whenever you're going.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I like about the organization that like now that I'm getting more money, there's other guys with money. I just ask them what to do with said money.
Right.
How to rich act.
How long? How have y'all been behaving up here?
If I got $10 million a day, I can call Kirk Richardson at Morgan Stanley. Shout out Kirk Richards.
You know what?
That man, I was like, yo, give me, what do I do with this money? Oh, you do this, and this. Oh,
that is important. That is so important because one, not only have we not, there's not enough examples or there's not enough kids paying attention to the examples of the people willing to be the example, but that's at like the foundational, like the primary level. What about when whether it is through playing football or you did start your own company or it is in music or you did figure out some way to start accumulating M's.
I saw what Malcolm Jenkins and Milton Jones this last weekend was mind blowing.
Yeah.
You're talking to a Pro Bowl all safety. I know he made at least 30-40 million playing football, and the guy who's like, every Fortune 500 board you could possibly think of.
So you to be able to turn.
Basically, Milton is basically mentoring Malcolm on like how to all right, now you made all this money. How do you become like the leader and help mentor? From the 100 Black Men is the largest mentoring organization in the country. That's we find ourselves saying that. So now we're just mentoring. And then for me, I felt like I've been mentored by Gentry and Raymond from our chapters on like how to become a better young businessman or young adult. Yeah. And for me, it's like I couldn't get that. You need these kind of things in life, especially as a young Black man, a young successful Black man, and like it keeps me humble. Like remember where I come from as well too. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to be too big. Like I don't want to help out the next person, but it's also like I have to spread the brand. Like I said, who doesn't want to work with us? We're good guys. We do good in the community. Like we're going to do this regardless.
Yo, that enough said on that. I got one last topic though that I felt had to be like a necessary non-negotiable when it comes to having these interviews for Black History Month series. That's this whole decriminalization and or legalization. So like we got we've spoken to a lot of business owners. We were actually, just being out in Dallas and, being at a dispensary there. And this actually in the last week, this happened where as a business owner, we had a business owner tell us that she was like, I would rather it not be legalized. Like I'd rather it not be legalized because of the way of life and everything else that'll change for her as a small business owner and other things. So I've heard so many different perspectives, and I felt that it was important to hear it from powerful Black voices during this month. What is y'all's, and I can hear individually, of course, if you guys have different beliefs on that, but where are we with the decriminalization and the legalization conversation in your eyes?
Nigga, it's me and Kenny. Of course, we're about to have different opinions on this shit, man. Come on, man.
Of course.
That's how we do this. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you just how I feel. So I think turning it, descheduling or rescheduling it is stupid.
That's the current conversation.
Because what it would turn it into is to a pharmaceutical drug, which would give power to pharmaceutical companies away from the people who actually earned this. That's what's different with cannabis. People in this industry earned where they're at. They risked their lives when this shit was legal for this. Like it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Legalizing it, I understand it. This is why I was so adamant on being a product, is because I didn't want to be a liquor store. Owning a cannabis facility is like owning a cannabis dispensary is like owning a liquor store. I want to be the liquor product inside the fucking store.
Right.
I want to be Casamigos. I want to be 1800. I want to be the fucking product that's sold in all these different stores. So when it goes legal, that's great for our kind of company.
Right. For
small mom and pop dispensaries, that's not it. But if you're a small mom and pop grow who has a unique strain, you're gonna fucking sell out, because the guy in Virginia who's never smoked your shit's gonna pre-order your product.
Yep.
The guy in Kentucky is gonna order an ounce. It's the people who own brick and mortar stores are not gonna like legalization. The people who have a product that they put their heart into and made are gonna fucking love it. Because
I'm glad you drew that.
That's the thing. Most companies, if you have a good enough product, Coca-Cola wants to get into cannabis, they're gonna buy our fucking syrup. Yeah, they're gonna buy us out. What's the number for it? 2 billion? Take it. Run the numbers up. But that's the process.
I'm for it. I'm for it. My motto: reschedule it, bank it, tax it, and collect the said tax money and put it in education. There's nothing. I'm done with it. That's my thing to it. At the end of the day, just regulate it like to do alcohol. I mean, we're still talking. And to Chris's point, I'm a brand. I'm gonna get paid. We all know I'm doing it for the money. I don't know what to say to that.
I love it. No, I'm telling
you, our opinions on shit are amazing.
I love it. No, the best. But the thing about it is, we need to have different opinions. Like and that's another bigger conversation for BHM.
No,
right?
It is. But it does us no good having the same.
It does us no good. What does
that do for us?
Nothing.
What does that do for us? Who's really trying to actually have a real fucking business and really operate. You can't do it on one opinion. Like, me having one side is only going to get you so far. You need everybody's options and opinions. And you could ask us honestly any kind of question. I promise you, we're going to have almost opposite answers to the shit.
Right. And it's necessary, because I'm glad you said it that way, because it's like, why would I have to go outside of my trust circle to get a different opinion? That makes no sense, right? Like for me, it's I know I trust Corey, but we think completely different. And that's, like I said, that's why y'all's advice was so beneficial to us in the last sit down. But it's because we think completely differently. So when I need to get an outside opinion, all I got to do is just pick up the phone. I don't have to go search for a person. I don't need
anybody around here gonna kiss my ass. I don't like that. I don't have no friends who kiss my ass. I definitely don't want a fucking business partner. I fucking want. I need somebody who's gonna be real with me. Tell me the shit I don't want to hear. Like, that shit that my mind tries to you try to ignore. No, I'm not really doing that. And then someone says it, you're like, all right. Whitney, you're a crackhead. You're like, all right, maybe I am. All right.
Yeah. But no,
actually, I'm a pretty simple businessman. I just want to make some money in a clean way, empower my people, help my family out. Like I said, we need to reschedule it so we can bank it. Because that's the biggest problem with cannabis to me. We can't finance this shit to get loans like a normal company, can't factor this shit. Like we're talking about.
We can't even do write-offs.
Yeah,
like,
it's look, as having a financial consultant business, y'all, man. I mean,
that's what I say.
We've been like, we hear the same stories all the time. We understand. We had to also find capital solutions to be able to help our clients because we had the services without the capital solution and they can't get funding. And so we had to find like an untraditional method, through unsecured funds and other stuff like that to get them some capital so they can actually fund their dreams because of that issue. So I see both sides of it because that's me when I'm working within the financial consulting business. Yeah,
I need the money. All this is irrelevant. If they're talking about rescheduling so I can put banking, I'm to the races straight up. I don't have to go after that. Like I understand Chris is like always the more passionate one about the good product and shit.
I understand that side.
I don't really go that many.
No, but if we reschedule it, it turns it into a pharmaceutical only, so that we would have to get a pharmaceutical license to even produce the product.
Got one.
Well, then we wouldn't be worried then. See, that's why I got a nigga on my side. That's not me. I'm gonna go on my back.
Right.
I got literally pharmacists lying down the block that want to work with us. That's the easier part. That's where I come in handy. Like I'm not worried about that part. I just want to be able to bank this money and collect this money for the education. That's it.
Yeah.
See that's my emotional side. Me caring about the legacy companies who put time into it, who don't have a pharmaceutical backing, who wouldn't be able to do that.
They come over.
We appreciate the duality.
Your legacy grower who I pick up. I still pick up my ounces in Ziploc bags from every. Those people who still grow the same grass they've been growing for 10, 15 years now.
That's cool.
They would be at a job.
We can help them out. Cannalean, we got consulting businesses. We all got consulting businesses. We're gonna bring in the market.
Yeah,
that's more money for us. What are you talking about?
And that's why things like this are hard to pass, because you see even me and him who get along can still have this many different opinions on such topic.
Yeah,
and that's why any topic. That's why I feel like when we talk about even getting into elections and these type of seasons where it comes into voting. Even your closest friends can have the different opinions. Like I
don't give a fuck what you vote for. Shit.
In fact, that's some game that I give my daughter. I'm like, if you have friends that only agree with you, you don't have real friends. I was like, so you don't have real friends. I don't know if you're just a cool kid in school or whatever, but they ain't helping you. Like, so you can only be as good as you believe you are because you have no one actually challenging you and trying to sharpen you. And so that's just the truth. But guys, I appreciate that those different perspectives, because you're gonna have so many people that are listening and watching this that are like, hey man, I'm kind of a Chris type, I'm kind of a Kenny type. So but it's different. We know that it's more so about, we all kind of want the same thing. We just want it in a different way, and like we've learned that being on both sides, because of having the media company, we get to spend more time on the consumer side, right? When having the, financial services, we only spend time speaking to business owners, so it's a different type of experience that we get. And so, man, I really appreciate y'all like bringing it all together within the discussion. Man, you guys are the truth, man. If you guys don't know about Kenny and Chris of Cannalean and Cannalean in general, if we're talking just product, they can still go to cannaleansyrup.com, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, we got a 60% off all month. We're doing it's our 10-year anniversary, and then it's Black History Month, so we're doing a 10-year anniversary Black History Month sale. 60% off the entire website. If you can try every one of our products right now.
That's crazy. 60% off, bro?
Yep. See, everything, every single thing on the website.
Everything, man. I'm gonna have to go. I mean, right now, because this is real talk. I still have yet to try Cannalean. I'm standing by because I see the way that you guys are moving, and I rock with and admire the actual business behind it. You didn't
see it, but there was a tear that just like.
Man, I'm tearing up right now.
It's slowly just dripping right there.
I still have not tried Cannalean.
I've seen a new one. I've seen it was stronger. You got 1,000 milligrams.
You got a new one.
100 one.
Guys, where do I send my address? Where do we send the Cannabruhz address?
Text him. You got my number. Text it.
I got you. We got to get some, because I stand by, because you guys are just stand up gentlemen. We had this conversation talking about 100 black men, talking about what you guys are actually doing for the community and empowering like black brothers now and the future. Young black kids to actually strive for more. I love the way you say, we're going to exude excellence. Like, we have no choice. We're going to be black. We're going to be excellent. You're going to see it come from anything that we're involved with. So I just want to one more time give that Cannabruhz salute to both of y'all, man. Y'all are the truth. We appreciate you guys, man. We starting to damn near consider y'all honorary Cannabruhz. I owe y'all some make mentality merch and some other stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say I need a shirt. I need to be official.
We know what?
To be official.
We gonna send some texts back and forth. So because I need address and then.
And I'll send you mine right back at you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Man, if you guys want to go ahead and support Cannalean. So first thing you could do is follow Cannalean. That's at Drink Cannalean on IG and other socials to see where you can pull up and get a few bottles because they're always dropping the new location of where you can find it in the store. Also, you can check out the dope creations that I've seen on their page, like the chicken and waffles. They spiking Sprite. You know how you got to pull up with the Sprite. And our homie Chris, of course, with his roster recipes, man. Y'all gotta tap in. Make sure that you follow at Drink Cannalean on IG. You'll see it on the screen. You'll see it in the description. So, hey, man, let us know if there's another conversation between Cannalean and the Cannabruhz that can be had.
Always, bro. Always.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to have y'all hang on just a bit as we close down the show. But that's just so I can make sure that all this syncs up and we're going to get this produced because this will be out tomorrow. So, yeah, man, but we appreciate you guys, man. Again, for all the people that are enjoying this, man, we're going to continue to have more of these BHM series spotlights for Black History Month. We got you. Make sure that you smash that subscribe button, drop your favorite emoji in the comment section, and head on over to MakeMentalityMerch.com. Make sure that you pick up some Make Mentality merch as soon as possible. Get your mind right and your closet where it needs to be. Of course, I'm your host, Jarrell. Shout out to Corey, my homie Corey. Y'all already know. Shout out to Chris and Kenny of Cannalean, man. Thank y'all. Hey, happy Black History Month, brothers.
Hey, now.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the show. Here to give you knowledge that you didn't know. Put you on some game, now you got a buzz. You are now listening to Cannabruhz.